Hello, everyone. This is the Revelation Space Collection, Volume 1 by Alastair Reynolds, and it was a lot of fun returning to the Revelation Space series this way. So we have 6 short stories here. Dilation Sleep, A Spy in Europa, Galactic North, Great Wall of Mars, Glacial, and Diamond Dogs. I'm going to start with Galactic North. Galactic North and Diamond Dogs stood out for me as my favorites here. Galactic North. So in Revelation Space, the fastest any spaceship can go is just a bit below the speed of light itself. So, and time dilation is in effect. So if you were to travel to our nearest star and just turn around and come back, we would measure that spacecraft as taking about 8.6 years making the round trip. Due to time dilation, the people on the spacecraft will only experience a single year or so, about 99% of the speed of light. And they use cryo sleep. There is some virtual reality to be had if you want to, which you can experience apparently while you're asleep. I think some stories do dwell in that, and awake if you wish to be. In this, they're called light huggers, and the caretaker of this particular light hugger, she is there's hundreds of colonists in cryosleep that are going to go elsewhere, and the ship gets taken over. It is taken over by pirates, or invaded by pirates, and she is programmed with a motherly love. She has to guard these people. Everyone in Revelation, or I shouldn't say everyone, most people in Revelation Space do have brain implants. In the real world, if they don't do something about the potential of brain hacking, I don't think anyone's going for any brain implants. But brain hacking in fiction is fun. And in the midst of a battle, things go wrong, and she's out for revenge. And what follows is a 40,000-year-long story of this revenge, chasing after someone throughout the galaxy at the speed of light to get them. Unfortunately, during this particular battle, she unleashes terraforming machines, von Neumann devices, self-replicating devices. And as time passes, there's these interludes of they take a look back and what's going on. And these things are basically transforming the galaxy at something a bit less than the speed of light. Get there, cobble up everything. It didn't say, it seemed to indicate that many of what it does is make structures around stars and to capture all that energy. And the structures are green inside, like terraforming it for people to live in. But it doesn't indicate if people are living in them. They certainly don't go back, and they are running from it at some point instead of chasing after their revenge. And so I wonder, could they have just turned around and become part of the inhabitants, or is this eating the galaxy and it's just not leaving behind people? It seemed a dangerous scenario, and so it kind of sounded like that was going to be the end of the galaxy and living things in it. For Revelation Space, I meant to look up a timeline to see is that what's actually going on. The other one, Diamond Dog, oh boy. So this is a story of obsession, and it didn't take long to, I wonder if Reynolds, read up on Oak Island, which is it's like a vault, a mine. People have been digging into it for decades now, looking for some potential long lost treasure. I could have swore there was something about it last year that, we found the treasure, and it turned out to be false. They didn't find the treasure. So it's this obsessive thing. People keep digging and digging and digging. In this case, however, it's flipped upside down. So it is a 250 meter tall tower. It is alien of some kind in origin. And this fellow gathers up a group of people to go through it and beat all its traps and devices. And all the puzzles are something mathematical in nature. So they do bring at least one person who is she's had her mind altered to be far, far more intelligent. And she's the one leading the way figuring out most of the puzzles, and you have to essentially tap a symbol that you think is the answer to the puzzle. And they all have to agree on it, though. But at some point, it's like, we're pretty much just going with what she says. You make a mistake and bad things start happening, like loss of pieces of you. And they are, however, allowed to leave and come back. So they're not trapped inside of it, but they are trapped inside of, well, at least for the one who gathered everyone together, trapped in their own obsession and their own ego. The protagonist is someone else entirely, and we're seeing it through his eyes, and he's not that far behind that level of obsession. With him, the actual mathematician leading the way is an ex-wife of his, Celeste. And it's a matter of how far can you go, because you're turning into a monster. Or at least one character was already a monster and just losing pieces of themselves and having them replaced robotically. Got to do it. So how far will you go? And the only thing is with this one, unlike Oak Island, at least there's some idea of, maybe there's a treasure down there. They have no idea what's at the end of this. It's just now the obsession over the journey to get there and how much of your humanity you're willing to give up over this. Can you get over your own ego? Dilation sleep. This is basically, again, a lighthearted ship and a process in virtual reality of trying to map you back onto your consciousness as this fellow is wandering around the ship, having been woken up to solve a problem, but he keeps seeing this shadow out of following him around the ship, and there's a solution to that problem. A spy in Europa. So this fellow, he goes to see this scientist in a city in Europa, and under the ice of Europa, if you're not familiar with it, you have a crusty moon of Jupiter, and beneath miles of an icy covering is a very deep ocean of something, I want to say 20 kilometers. And the cities are attached to the ice, and they just hang down and come to a point. And he goes here, and the scientist says, there's a material I've discovered, and you want to take it to the sea people. And these sea people are human beings who've been heavily modified so they can survive in the salty slush of Europa's oceans, but they can't get back out. And this may be a solution to their problem. And so he goes out, and there is a solution. He does bring it with him, but it's not what he thought it was, and it was an impactful ending. I enjoyed that quite a bit. The Great Wall of Mars and Glacial are one's a sequel to the other, so it uses the same characters. So you have in Revelation space what they're called the conjoiners. These are kind of Borg. When they initially got started, it's boy brain implants in your mind, and people can link together technologically, mentally, and not entirely give up your individuality, but you're part of a group mind, and people have left it and want to go back. It's such a joy to be part of, apparently a part of them. But when they first got started, they tried to spread this around humanity without humanity's permission, and they fought back, and they got relegated to Mars. And so they send an envoy. We want to do something about this, and perhaps have peace here. They send this fellow down. Nope, a trap really. He's a scapegoat. He's an excuse to try to invade them. Try not to give it too away, but one's a sequel to the other, and it's the same character. So they do get away. And in the first one, the Wall of Mars, it's a choice to, do you go back to your original society, or do you join the new one? And how far is he going to go to? He doesn't want to give up his individualism and be completely part of the mind. So it's like little baby steps to become one with them, as they address in Glacial. And here, the first one is more of it's a big idea, and it impacts society. Glacial is kind of an adventure. They go to an ice-covered planet and discover one guy alive, and the reasons he is alive and what he is studying having to do with it's these little tiny worms that are infesting everything, but they appear to be communicating in a way that might suggest, if not sentience, some kind of deliberate means of processing and calculation. He wants to study it like it's a new forming brain, and what he's done to, again, it's an obsession. I don't think all of these are about obsession. Let's see, Dilation Sleep was not. A Spine Europa, not really. Galactic North was about an obsession. It's a 40,000 year chase through the galaxy. Diamond Dog, certainly. Glacial, a bit. So just great returning to this, and it's fun. And oh boy, there's a volume 2. Now originally I noticed with Diamond Dogs, there's an old title of it where it's Diamond Dog / Turquoise Days, so maybe that's a sequel to it, or has something to do with it anyway. It looks like we got, well, it's a bigger book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new short stories rather than just 6. The master singer of space opera, the Times, created the astonishing revelation space universe, one of the most vivid and original SF universes ever written, alongside the award-winning novels and a galaxy of superb short fiction collected and published here in 2 volumes in chronological order. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. I should look up a timeline because it's just too good. I'm wondering about the timeline of the 40,000 year chase and what it has, because it's Dyson spheres taking over the galaxy, and so a lot of these stories obviously don't take place when the galaxy is basically being eaten up. But anyway, that will be next week. Just wonderful. If you've never read Revelation Space, I'll put a link for the video I did on the original series. It's just really good science fiction. So great collection of short stories, and the volume 2 will be next week. That is all for now. Thank you very much.